I want to see Britney Spears on Hot Ones talking about her bipolar disorder.
Whoa, Sean, holy shit. This wing is hot.
We haven't even started yet, Brittany. You just took a drink of milk.
Holy shit. What kind of wing is this? Why is it white and creamy?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heather Shaw is Kidding. It's me, Heather Shaw. Happy Wednesday. I'm back. I took a week off. Sue me. Don't. My soon-to-be wife is a lawyer. Don't sue me. How you doing? I missed ya. I'm so sorry I wasn't here last week. Anything happen? Did anything go on? Did a file get released yet? No? Is Congress just shutting down until September? Cool. Yeah. Did a bunch of podcasters who platformed Trump and J.D. Vance now start backpedaling, saying, I don't know about this guy. He's kind of kooky, huh? Yeah, that probably happened. Not me. I've been roasting him since day one, bitch. If you came out to the shows a couple weeks ago in Denver, Colorado Springs, Spokane, Salt Lake City, thank you so much. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina at Good Nights Comedy Club. Can't wait. And then coming up, in a week or two? In a week, I got the rest of the month, basically. Austin, Texas. I'm at Cap City. Check me out there, baby boo. Kansas City, Missouri. We added a weekend, a last-minute ad. So Kansas City, please come out to those shows. I'm at the Comedy Club of Kansas City. I really don't like that name, and I'm going to let them know when I'm there. I'm there, I don't know, it's a weekend next 2 weeks from now. You just look at my website. I don't know my life. Batavia, Illinois, I'm also doing a weekend following Kansas City. And then at the end of this month, I'm in California, baby. Sacramento, California. Los Angeles, California. San Diego, all the great cities. San Francisco, I'll get to you. I'll get to you in December. But all the shows are at heathershawcomedy.com. Get tickets, bitch. I have been taking oil of oregano pills for the past couple days, and I don't like the way I burp a lot. I don't know if you knew this about me. You barely hear it. In fact, I haven't done it since we've started this podcast. But I've been taking them because my sister said that they help stave off sickness because Lily is sick. And I don't like the taste in my mouth every time I burp. It's like oregano and black tea or black seed. I don't know, something in it. So it's disgusting. Just so you know, I'm not enjoying these burps as much as you aren't, okay? I'll try to keep them to a shout today. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/HeatherShawComedy. Every week you get an extra episode of this podcast. It's basically amazing. I'm going to sneeze. God, everything's coming out of me. What the fuck's going on? Last episode I talked about, you know what I really talked about? I'm not telling you because you have to be a Patreon member to hear this tea. A celebrity blocked me on Instagram, and it's not a big deal. It's just very funny. It's a guy. You would know him. Everyone knows him. But he blocked me, and rightfully so, I guess. You know, look, I'm in the game of making fun of celebrities. You're gonna get a block here and there. Sometimes you get cool follows. Jennifer Coolidge, great sense of humor. She follows me. Kristen Chenoweth, that little mouse. She follows me. Sometimes you get blocked by an A-list celebrity that everyone loves and adores and hopes doesn't die. All right. And that's okay. That's part of the game, baby. I'm social media Kathy Griffin at this point. But join the Patreon if you want to hear about who blocked me. I'm not going to say it on here. Rate and review the podcast. You already know. You know what to do. 5 letters, 1 word. Queef it up. Let's get into the episode. God damn it. I'm not going to be going over the things that we missed last week. I talked about the Epstein files going missing or not being released. If you follow me on social media, I would think if you're listening to this podcast, you can see those videos. It's just a big mess right now. I'm not going to talk about Coldplay catching CEOs cheating. We've already talked about that online, and it's been done to death. And that's what you get for going to a Coldplay concert in 2025. Sorry. I went and saw a Coldplay once only because, now listen, I went and saw Coldplay because Fiona Apple was opening for Coldplay. I don't know why she was opening for him. It was probably like 2006, 5. I don't know. But I got to say, I stayed for the Coldplay show because I was already there. And it was honestly very good. It was very fun. But it was a clan meeting. It was very white. You know, I was like, what? You know, everyone's drinking mayonnaise, pasta salad. Everyone had a Snuggie on. It was very white. But I got to see Queen Fiona Apple. That's all I really cared about. But I wouldn't be going to a Coldplay concert now. We've heard it. We've heard the music. And that CEO had to resign. Oh no. What's he going to do with his millions of dollars? Bummer. People like that just can't stay resigned, though. You know, he's got to be in power. He's got to be a CEO. We'll see where he goes. Other than that HR lady's pussy. Well, R.I.P. to Ozzy O. Ozzy Osbourne, dead. I'm recording this on Tuesday. The news just broke right before I was recording. Very sad, but very powerful the way he went out. Got to do his one last show. He couldn't even stand up for that. I didn't know that Ozzy had like a form of Parkinson's. It's called Parkinsonism. That's how I'm going to call it. Yeah, I didn't know he had that. I haven't really been up on Ozzy. He's seemed like he's had that since I knew about Ozzy. I really got into Ozzy from the Osbournes. I mean, that was the best reality show. Probably the first one I remember ever seeing were the Osbournes. And it was a classic. Very funny stuff on there. I remember one time Sharon tried to give Ozzy a Listerine. You remember those Listerine things you would put on your tongue like acid? The mint strips you'd put on your tongue? She gave one to Ozzy. And he was like, oh, I don't want this. What is this, a fucking stomp? You gave me a fucking stomp. I don't want to do it. It was great. I love the Osbournes. It's very sad. 76 years old. Hey, look, the guy lived a life. On paper, he should have not made it this far. I'm so glad he did. He's a legend icon. He is the moment. And he will be dearly, dearly missed. He's contributed so much to the music landscape and also to pop culture with the Osbournes. I mean, Sharon and Ozzy, what a pairing. They were proof that love does exist and it can last. If you can just put up with each other's weirdness a little and quirkiness and things that annoy you, if you can just overlook it because you love them so deeply, it'll last. It'll last. And they gave birth to, what's that guy's name? What's their son's name? I don't even know. Kelly and, was it Jack? Is it Jack Osbourne? Jim? I don't know. Kelly's the one that's fun. She got on The View. My favorite clip of Kelly Osbourne ever. If you deport all the immigrants, Donald Trump, then who's going to be cleaning your toilet? You know what I mean? No, in the sense that like, oh, good shit. I know what she was saying. She just had the weird delivery on it. But, she's a rich girl. What do you want? Ozzy's fantastic. He will be missed. So sad. The Prince of Darkness. The King of Light. Whatever you want to call him. 76 years old. Lived a very hard life. 3 years behind Trump. God, the nurses are going crazy for Trump's, the TikTok nurses, which, by the way, are just nurses. A lot of them are actually nurses. TikTok, you got to take with a grain of salt. Okay, we're in that part where anybody can hop on and make a TikTok. I have always said it. And I could hop on today and spread a rumor. It doesn't have to be about a major celebrity or anything. It can just be something small. Did you know that if you go to the ATM and you put in that you want to withdraw $200, every time it will give you $2,000 and it won't take it out of your account? Like, I could make that a lie right now on TikTok and it would spread like wildfire and people would be overdrafting their accounts by tomorrow. I'm telling you, you can just hop on and say anything. Gypsy Rose is actually a trans woman. This is crazy. Gypsy Rose is trans. And before she transitioned, she was actually a male, and she was actually the man who killed her mother. I could spread that rumor. Gypsy Rose was born Nick, and he killed Dee Dee Rose. And then she transitioned and stood trial and got off on murder, but also was serving. That's how trans people work. Half of you is doing one thing and the other. I could do that. I really could do that and get half of TikTok on board. You can spread rumors. So I do believe, you look at some profiles of nurses hopping on. A lot of TikToks I've seen have been of nurses, people who have been in the field from 5 to 25 to 30 years, talking about Trump's symptoms or what he's exhibiting physically on his body, the swollen ankles, the bruised hand that they're covering up with really bad makeup. It's like, get a gay guy on your team. Please employ one gay guy who is out, by the way. I don't want any of this, oh, well, Mike Pence was around. He wasn't out, bitch. He still isn't. Remember when he was on that tractor next to that really hot farmer guy? And he had to play it cool, like he wasn't trying to pick him up and dig in his guts? Come on, Pence. Trump needs one out and proud faggot. I know none of them would want to be near him, but he needs one to blend. He needs to learn how to blend that makeup. They're literally just dumping on like whatever concealer they're finding. They're not blending it in. It's bad that I know this. I don't wear makeup. I barely know it. I think concealer is the right word. They're dumping out Maybelline concealer on his hand and just letting it pool and dry. I mean, it's as bad as his makeup because he has that orange face, obviously, and then his neck is white. His ears are white. There's no blending. It's bad when I'm noticing it, guys. You need a faggot on your side. Yeah, so the nurses are getting on there and saying, hey, this guy's bruising in his hands. That could be anything. He's 79 years old. We're getting closer, guys. He's getting up there in age. He's almost 80. He'll be 80 next June. The swelling of the ankles has really set off alarm bells for a lot of people in the medical field, nurses, who I trust more than doctors, to be so fucking honest. Can I be honest? I trust nurses more than doctors. Okay, they're really running the fucking ship. I've seen Nurse Jackie. Let her take some Percocet. She's getting the job done, bitch. The swelling of the ankles, a lot of people have kind of put together the pieces of the puzzle. So, congestive heart failure is a big thing that's dinging for people. When you have congestive, and this is what I've learned from nurses on TikTok who are verified. I've looked at them. It's not just somebody hopping on who barely has their GED, but some nurses do as well. The nurses that say, look, I've been a nurse 20, 25 years. That's when I tune in and listen. Somebody who's been in the field 5 years, I'm like, you could be wrong. Please, you started during COVID. They were taking anybody. They needed heroes always. But the ones that have been in the field a while, they say, the swelling of the ankles due to congestive heart failure. What do you do when you have congestive heart failure? You are on diuretics. What do diuretics do? They're pills you take, water pills essentially. And what that causes your body to do is have to go to the bathroom every 15 to 30 minutes, because you're overloading your system with water. So you have to relieve yourself of that water. So somebody like Trump, who's in the public eye and has things to do, he can't be popping off to the bathroom every 15 to 30 minutes like he's on fucking Vanderpump Rules doing a bump. So what do? You install a colostomy bag. This is the medical term for it. You install it into the penile shaft. You put in a colostomy bag. Now, that's where we saw photos of Trump. Google it. These are real at UFC fights and whatnot with, you look at his pants and it seems like something's in there. It's a colostomy bag. That would check out. The guy's got to drain his pee. He can't be going off to the bathroom every 5 seconds wherever he is. He's not going to be peeing his pants. Maybe sometimes he's been wearing diapers, whatever. That all kind of checks out. It could be, congestive heart failure. Now, that's not something that you can... The other thing I've learned is congestive heart failure is unpredictable. It's completely unpredictable. Correct me if I'm wrong, nurses of the world. But it's not like, oh, you've been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. You will die in 7 days or you will die in 7 years. It's really unpredictable. You could be gone in a month. You could be gone in 10 years. You just don't know. The White House came out and said that Trump was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. I hope I'm saying that right. Venous sounds dumber, but it's probably right. Chronic venous insufficiency. That has caused a swelling in his lower legs. They say it's benign. It's common for people in their 70s. Hey, he's almost in his 80s. Let's cut the shit. Okay. Several videos on TikTok say the president only has 4 days left. See, this is where you got to have discernment on TikTok, because then you get some dumbass people on TikTok being like, turns out Trump will be dead in 4 days. Like they're like a gay version of The Ring girl. Remember The Ring, the movie The Ring, where that gothic girl crawled out of the TV and was like, you have 7 days. Yeah, gay guys are just hopping on and being like, you have 4 days, bitch. You and your swollen ankles. You've got 4 fucking days left, bitch. You better work. Now, of course, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, that full-lipped lady. Caroline Leavitt's husband is like Biden's age, by the way. It's very fun to think of her sucking on some diuretic balls. She got out there and she said the president remains in excellent health. Everything that comes through her mouth is a lie, including when she tells her husband she loves him. We can't trust what the White House is saying, because they first came out and said that he had a clean bill of health when he started. All of his stats were wrong. They said he was like 6'8", 150 pounds. Everything was wrong. It's just it's la la land. So whatever Trump says, they're like, sure, you're that. Abs, sure. You have the Drake abs. They did say that the bruising on the back of his hand was caused by frequent handshaking and aspirin. What a weak bitch. If that's the case, if he's getting bruising on his hand from handshakes, what a weak fucking bitch. Who knows? Who knows what it is? I do tend to believe the nurses that I've seen, because it's not just been 1, 2, 3. It's been about 10 different videos on TikTok God, that burp, that oregano burp. 10 different videos I've seen online from people who are clearly not lying. They've definitely worked in the medical field. And they're not like reporting it as like, yeah, fuck you, Trump. They're just like, oh no, I've definitely seen this. I've worked with congestive heart failure patients most of my career, and this is what you see. It's very matter of fact. It's very, but they do say that it's giving CFH, CHF, whatever it is. Can't be good, but also he's an older guy. If Ozzy's going out at 76, come on, man, that's crazy. Trump is older than him. I'm not saying I want Trump dead. I'm just saying he doesn't look the healthiest he's looked. I like that they have to, this is a USA Today article that I'm reading, and I like that they put key points at the top of the article, and the first one literally is, a TikTok rumor falsely claims President Trump only has 4 days to live. Like, we have to verify, girl, we know. And then the next bullet point is, the White House says Trump is in excellent health. So, we'll just see. But not surprising. The guy's been eating fast food. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do explicit drug. I mean, he might do Adderall. I could see him on some Adderall. Maybe Coke back in the 80s when it was good. But, maybe I could see him doing Adderall. But he doesn't drink. He just eats shitty food. Probably doesn't drink much water. Fun stuff like that. He's just an older guy, man. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. He's taking his wrath out on late night. Obviously, the news that Stephen Colbert has lost late night. Now, late night, listen, I talked about this on my Patreon episode, so I'm not trying to repeat the things that I talked about. But, late night is a sinking ship. Let's be honest. If it wasn't Trump coming for Stephen Colbert's job, it would have just been the environment of late night. Late night is on its last dying breath. I'd give it maybe 10 years. Maybe. That's being generous. Maybe we'll have 10 years left. And the last 5 years of those 10 years, it will just be Fallon on twice a week with some, stupid celebrity game and a musical guest. But really, late night, who's watching late night? Who's staying up to watch that? That isn't like on cocaine, and accidentally just left their TV on. It's a clip show. You see clips on social media. They should all just transfer over to YouTube. They'd probably make more money there. It's hard to compete with hot ones, man. You got celebrities chowing down on chicken wings. That's the state of our pop culture now. We want interviews where it's essentially someone doing a mukbang while they talk about the most traumatic part of their life. I want to get Britney Spears on Hot Ones. I don't want to see Britney Spears on Fallon because late night feels so canned. It's so boring. It's not authentic, and we crave authenticity in this day and age from our celebrities. We crave realness. It's so canned on late night. Jimmy Fallon's laughing over everything. Kimmel's crying over everything. Stephen Colbert is being smart and Christian over everything. Everything's canned. Oh, what did you do this summer? Oh my God, it's so funny you should ask. It's boring. I want to see Britney Spears on Hot Ones talking about her bipolar disorder.
Whoa, Sean, holy shit. This wing is hot.
We haven't even started yet, Brittany. You just took a drink of milk.
Holy shit! What kind of wing is this? Why is it white and creamy?
I want to see Gypsy Rose on Hot Ones. That's what I want. Oh my God, I'm on fire! Holy shit, Sean! These are the celebrity interviews I want. Why can't we do a duel? Gypsy Brittany.
Holy shit. Oh my God, you're right. It's really hot. Ken? Who the fuck is Ken?
This is what I want. I want authentic, unhinged shit. And everybody else does too. Everybody wants to see their celebrities eating now. Late night is not about sitting in a nice dress and having bullshit answers that you went over with a producer before the day before. You want your celebrities doing mukbangs. That's why everything is like a food interview. Hot Ones, chicken shop date, last meal. These are the major, if it's not Amy Poehler's podcast, which is fucking fantastic, if it's not just some celebrities podcast, then it's a fucking mukbang interview. Nobody wants a canned late night. We're not in the era of Carson and Leno and Letterman. Jay Leno? Leno and Letterman. Why can't I say that? Am I stroking out? Too much Gypsy. I do too much Gypsy. I start stroking out. But that's, so when I heard the news, that was my first thought. Oh, they're canning them because it's late night. Like, one by one, they'll all be gone. How the fuck is Seth Meyers still on? Can we talk about that? Who did he blackmail? Who the fuck did Seth Meyers have? Whose dirty ass fucking photos? What CEO does Seth Meyers have photos of in a compromising position to be able to have a late night show? Is anybody watching Seth Meyers? I'm confused. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he's so fucking boring. It's incredible. There's 4 white guys in late night. And I don't really feel bad that Colbert lost it. I mean, it sucks that we're headed towards authoritarianism. An authoritarian. God, I'm having a stroke. An authoritative state. Fascist. Authoritarian. Oh my God, what is that word? Dude, it's going to bother me. I feel like Larsa Pippen trying to say LGBTQ. Authoritarian. But that's not what I was going for, was it? Authoritarian. Jesus Christ. There it is. What is the difference between fascism and authoritarianism? Hold on. Authoritarian. Yeah, that's it. Authoritarianism. Okay. I'm not dumb after all. I'm just dumber. Now, it's not good that Trump obviously has a hand in this. It's clear Colbert was the top earning late night show. I did not know that. I would have guessed Fallon, to be honest, because Fallon's just like the NBC golden child. But apparently Colbert was making way more, his show was, than they were. And now that's gone. And now Donald Trump is coming out and saying, watch out, Kimmel and Fallon, you're next. You know what I do love about this threat? He doesn't mention Seth Meyers. I don't even think he knows Seth Meyers is on the air. I don't think anybody does. Why? How does Seth Meyers have a show? No offense to Seth. He seems like a lovely, again, Very boring person. Trump doesn't even know about Seth Meyers. Watch out, Kimmel. Watch out, Fallon. What about Seth Meyers? Who the hell is that? So Donald Trump came out. He said, Donald Trump says no late night comedians are safe, taking aim at Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel on the heels of Stephen Colbert telling the president to go fuck yourself. So Stephen Colbert is now coming out swinging, which I'm glad. I mean, these last few months that he's got the show, he's got the show for almost a year left. It's like, 8 months left or whatever. Maybe longer. It's July. He's off air in May. Almost a year left. He's got to just torch the place. Torch the fucking place, Steven. Burn every bridge at CBS. Who gives a fucking flying fuck? Start a podcast like Amy Poehler has, and like, the guys on It's Always Sunny, and like, what's that one with Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes and Will Arnett? That's doing great. Do something like that. Make your own money. Torch it, motherfucker. Who gives a shit? It's CBS. What the fuck do they have going on? CSI? What's going on CBS? I don't even know. I don't watch network shows. The only time I'm turning on network television is if I want to watch sports. That's it. Donald Trump just unleashed on the host in a new Truth Social post saying the word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late night sweepstakes, and shortly after, Fallon will be gone. These are people with absolutely no talent who were paid millions of dollars for, in all cases, destroying what used to be great television. It's really good to see them go, and I hope I played a major part in it. Trump says, there's been no clear sign Fallon or Kimmel could be on their way out of late night, but the press clearly isn't too happy about the support Stephen Colbert received from fellow hosts on Monday night's show. Yeah, all the late night hosts showed up for him. That's nice. That's honestly nice. I mean, they don't have anything to do. They had one show at night. Jimmy Kimmel hit back at President Trump by saying he's next. Unclear what that means. Jimmy Kimmel said, I'm hearing you're next, or maybe it's just another wonderful secret. I don't know, man. I wonder who would take losing their late show the hardest. I really do. I think Fallon will be okay. Fallon to me seems like he likes it, but he's also like, I could just be fine. Go hang out with Justin Timberlake, do, lines of coke and blow bitches. I think Kimmel would be the worst. I think Kimmel really likes being a late night host. I think he would take it the hardest. But listen, guys, late night's out. I mean, whether it's Trump or whether it's natural. It's a natural progression. Late night is leaving. It's an institution that is no longer needed in this landscape and day and age of social media. The clips are great, but, at the end of the day, you're just a clip show. I mean, I don't think people are really tuning in too much. Let me know. Do you watch late night shows from start to finish? What have you done more of in the past year? Read a book or watch late night start to finish? I'm in the read a book camp. I could not tell you. I don't know if I've ever watched a late night show start to finish, really. But it's still not great. It's still not great that a president has this much control over media. For sure. And the thing is, I wonder is this really from Trump? Let's say that Trump didn't even do it. He's going to say it's because of him for sure. The White House is calling Colbert a loser after his choice of words last night. They say Colbert's performance last night is a perfect example of why he loses CBS more than $40 million a year. I don't know if that's true. He is deeply unfunny and out of touch. 80 million Americans love President Trump and are tired of comedy shows hosted by griping losers like him. Maybe he will come to terms with reality with all his newfound free time. Jesus Christ. This is the leader of our country. It's just like a shitting mean girl in high school. Like, damn, there used to be decorum. There used to be like when a president didn't like somebody, you wouldn't hear about it. I mean, you'd have a hunch. You'd be like, I don't think Barack Obama likes that guy, but he wouldn't be, posting on fucking Facebook. George W. Bush is the fucking ugliest motherfucker I've ever met. I hate that fucking guy. He smells like fucking cheap beer and shit. He smells like if a turd could talk. His smile smells. I hate that motherfucker. I hope he's doing bad. You know, like, it's crazy. There is no professionalism, obviously, in the Trump administration. It's just so funny. It's like, dude, it's rough. Well, we'll keep up with that. We'll see what happens. Let's get to our sponsors here, baby. Lucy Brown, you know him, you love him. You know him, you love him. I love him so much. I'm a big fan of Lucy Brown's coffee, and I'm a big fan of their coffee subscription. Get their coffee subscription if you haven't already. It's a fantastic program. It's not that much money, I promise. And you're getting something that is way worth your time. If you're going out and buying coffee every day, waste of money. You can make it at home. It will taste good. Just figure it the fuck out. It's not that hard. Besides, like, a lot of local coffee shops, not Lucy Brown, but a lot of local coffee shops, like, they don't put enough ice in your fucking drink. So you have this, like, lukewarm drink all day. They're overcharging you. You learn how to make the drink you like at home, bitch. It's not that hard. And you know how you can do that? If you like just coffee, get the coffee subscription. Okay? If espresso makes you too jittery, just get the coffee. Get the coffee beans, bitch. Lucy Brown coffee subscription. It's so good. Every month, new coffee ships directly to your door. You don't have to go to the fucking grocery store and buy some shitty Starbucks, Dunkin', Pete's. You know, this stuff that's just like mass-produced bullshit. There's probably cockroach legs in that kind of coffee. Ground up. Don't do it. It's gross. Don't support Starbucks. Don't support Dunkin' Donuts. They seem a little racist, don't they? I don't know. I never met a Dunkin' Donuts I liked. Let me just say that. I don't know what it is about these people. Am I the racist one now? Get the coffee subscription. Every single month you get a new bag of coffee sent straight to your door on time. It's a fantastic way to spend your money and not have to leave your fucking house to make coffee. Delicious coffee, too. Coffee from places you'd never even heard of. These nice artisanal roasters. They know what the fuck they're doing. They put time and energy and effort into making their coffee. It's fucking delicious. I've never met a bag of coffee from Lucy Brown I didn't like. You know what I mean? Go to LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI browncoffee.com. And follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. Just fill out the form on their website, and then you can start getting coffee beans sent straight to your door. Again, visit LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI browncoffee.com. And follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. And also, también, I've been watching a lot of Real Housewives of Miami. So, que linda. Que linda. Ay, Dios mío. If you use the code Heather Shaw is kidding for your coffee subscription, you'll get 10% off your first order. Use the code Heather Shaw is kidding. Get delicious coffee and 10% off your first order. We love you, Lucy Brown Coffee. Thanks for being the OG sponsor of this show. Well, some more Gypsy news for you, because I was thinking, where has Gypsy gone? You know, I haven't heard much of her. And then I just pulled up this. I really don't know if it's true. It's from Blast. Okay. I love a good shitty. You know, like how you'd be in a grocery store and it was like some shitty fucking, and like the National Enquirer or some bullshit, like everything is made up and you're like, how are they able to just make up stories? Maybe this is what that is. Theblast.com. Is this, let's see if they're, is the Blast legitimate? Is the Blast? No, it's owned by Nazis. Okay, here we go. Is it legit? Anyone know if Blast... Nope, that's Blast AI. The Blast is very not like... Okay, theblast.com is not a scam, but legit and reliable. Okay. All right. We're going to go with this as a real story, guys. It sounds like a real story. Ken Urker and Ryan Anderson trade threats and an explosive TikTok feud. Tease possible boxing match. Girl, I will be front and center if Ken Urker... Ken Urker, Urker's father, and Ryan Anderson. Ryan! If they start boxing, bitch, like Jake Paul and whatever grandpa he's fighting that month, dude, I'm front and center. The drama between Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband, Ryan Anderson, and her current boyfriend, are they not married yet? Ken Urker! That's what she says when she comes. just hit a boiling point, and it's all playing out on TikTok. In a now circulating series of videos, Ken Urker, Gypsy's current boyfriend and rumored fiance, called out Ryan Anderson, challenging him to a boxing match after repeatedly being targeted in Ryan's live streams. God damn, to have no life. This is a wet dream for me. Can you imagine those two fucking idiots fighting? I wanted to say a harder word, but I'm not going to say it. Ken said, whenever Ryan goes live, he loves talking shit about me, about what he would do if he ever saw me in person. What if Ryan was just sitting there on live, like, if I ever see that Ken Urker in person, I'm going to blow him so hard, he's not going to have any cum left in his balls. I'm going to drain the swamp, motherfucker. That's how much I hate that dude. I'm going to rail him until he's screaming my name. Okay. What he would do if he ever saw me in person and how he wants to fight me or kiss. Okay, Ryan, if that's really true, this is Ken saying this. Okay, Ryan, if that's really true, then I challenge you to a boxing match. You and me, one-on-one, anywhere you want, any venue you choose. How funny if Ryan's like, I'll meet you in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese, bitch. We can live stream it. We can record it, whatever you want. Ken is very confident that he can beat up Ryan. Now, Ryan's a tall guy. Ryan's a big man. He's a tall drink of curdled milk. Ken looks like a bottle of mayonnaise, so I really don't know who would win. Ken doubled down. He said, let's do it. You can get all your anger out about me, all the things you hate about me. Let's do it, but I bet you won't accept it. Well, Ryan accepted, sort of. What did he say? Could we put sound on this?
I love he's going live. What a douche. Ken wants to battle. Ken can battle my nuts. He'd like them. Battling that douchebag. Right. Ken wants to battle. Battle this. Motherfucker.
All right, listen. After hearing this TikTok and Ryan talking, I gotta say, I'm Team Ryan. I'm sorry. He's just fun. He's a fun weirdo. And there have been gay rumors for Ken. There have. So for him to say, Ken can battle my nuts, he'd probably want it. That's fun. All right, I'm Team Ryan. He said, what a douche. I ain't battling that douchebag, Ryan continued. I don't care that he's talking about me on his live. That's great. Good for him. I'm not talking about him, so it's just kind of funny. You think I care? I really don't. It's kind of funny that he's talking about me. Yeah, I don't know. Ryan doesn't seem to want the gay heat. Ken does not look like he could, fight anything. He'd look like he'd lose a, fight to like a blind kid. I don't know what they're fighting. Again, this is all over Gypsy Rose. Isn't that so fun? Somebody who sounds like they're 7 years old who named their kid Aurora Raina Urker. That is her child's name. Aurora Raina Urker. Say that fast. Aurora Raina Urker. When Gypsy's mad at her, what do you think you're hearing in that house? Aurora Raina Urker! Get over here! Aurora! That is an insane combination of words to put together to make a kid's name. Aurora Raina Urker! Aurora Raina Urker! Aurora Raina Urker! It's crazy. It's crazy. God, that's going to be a fun child to watch grow up. I don't know. There's a backstory to the name, I'm sure. Do I care? No, I don't care enough to find out why she was named Aurora Raina. Because then again, remember when I made the joke that, God forbid, Aurora has a speech impediment when she grows up. And people are like, what is your full name, ma'am? I know you're applying for this passport. What is your full name? And she's like, Aurora Raina Urker. Aurora Raina Urker. My name is Aurora Raina Urker. That's not what's put down on this paper, ma'am. Can you say it again? Aurora Raina Urker. Like, that's just not going to work. God, I hope that kid knows how to talk well. Well, Gypsy's also off parole. Give it up for Gyps. That's awesome. I'm happy for her. She's not the celebrity that blocked me, by the way. I don't think she knows I exist, and I want to keep it that way. She completed her parole, marking the first time in her adult life that she's entirely free from state supervision. That's kind of huge. The first time in Gypsy's life that she is completely free from state supervision. That's great. I love it. Good for her. A fresh start, a child with a questionable name, a husband who maybe likes dick. She's living the dream. The girls are fighting. Listen, I'm going to try to talk about this, but I really don't care too much. Can I be honest? I don't care. I really don't care. Nicki Minaj and SZA are battling, and it's not even SZA. Like, SZA did nothing wrong. SZA's been provoked by Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj seems a little bitter. She's one of the best female rappers. She's iconic. She should be, if she was a cool person, I don't think Nicki Minaj is a cool person. I mean, I think she stood 10 toes down for her brother who is fucking with minors, I believe, or doing something weird. I'm not 100% sure on it because I really didn't care too much. Her husband's questionable. She's kind of a freaky person. But her music's great. And again, I'm always about separating the art from the artist. I'm a huge proponent of that. But man, if she could go a different route with this, she could be a great mentor to people up and coming. She could be a supportive queen to people like SZA who's 20 years younger than her, or maybe 10. What's the age gap here? How old is Nicki Minaj? How old do you think Nicki Minaj is? I'm going to guess. Okay, I think Nicki Minaj is 41. She's 42. Okay. How old do you think SZA is? SZA's 26. She's 35? Holy shit. God damn. I didn't know that. SZA's a millennial? Okay, girl. That's fun. Damn. Okay, so Nicki's going to feuds with, people that are like her own class, her own millennials. I thought she was like hitting on Gen Z and shit. Not hitting, but like, picking on. All right, I don't know. SZA's having a great time right now. She's wildly successful. People love her music. I don't know what the fuck she's saying in her songs, but I listen. I love. She's on tour right now with Kendrick Lamar, one of my favorite rappers. I'm kind of regretting not going to that show, to be honest. She's in her moment. She's doing great. And I don't know what Nicki's deal is. I don't really care to find out. She just always seems to be on someone's shit, trying to drag him down. Who was she fighting with before? Meg Thee Stallion. How old is Meg Thee Stallion? Okay, let's guess this age. Meg Thee Stallion, I'm going to say is, without looking, 27? How old is she? She's 30. Damn. Are there any Gen Z rappers and singers? What's going on here? Are they all is all of Gen Z just not becoming famous because it's too cringe? Is that what's happening? Ew, you want me to sing in front of people and be vulnerable? That's fucking cringe. Anyways, catch me on Twitch. I don't know what's going on. There are plenty of Gen Z singers, but like rappers and R&B singers, what's going on? Yeah, Nicki Minaj had she was beefing with Meg Thee Stallion. That was crazy because she was like allegedly coked up on live, and like it was really uncomfortable. And Meg released something that was really good. I think Hiss or something. I don't really know. I'm not a huge Meg Thee Stallion fan. I like her. I'm not super into her music. There's only so many times I can hear before I'm like, all right, I'm out. I don't. What is this gimmick? What is this? It's also not for me. It's a lot of like talking about how you want to, stretch your pussy for that dick, and I'm like, ugh. Unless it's a strap on, I'm out. But yeah, Nicki needs to chill. She needs to be cool. She needs to be supportive. People would like her a lot more. She's very funny though. I mean, it's kind of like Azalea Banks. She's very funny. If you go on TikTok now, you can find a trending sound of Nicki Minaj. And it's very funny where you think it's AI. It's not. It's Nicki Minaj. She's very fucking funny. Like, I love Nicki Minaj on her lives when people talk to her and they kind of say wild, out-of-pocket shit and she has to react. It's very fun. She's a funny fucking person. It just sucks that she's kind of a hater. She's a little bitter. She's coming for SZA. Like, what is, SZA's very like, she's a spiritual lady. She's chill. She's out with Kendrick on tour. She doesn't want any problems, I don't know who, Nicki can't pick on Beyonce. I don't know what it is. There's a whole thing. They were going back and forth. Nicki's basically saying SZA is forgettable. Nicki said, does SZA think she's more successful than me? I don't know that SZA ever said that. Does SZA think she's more successful than me? Catch me up, please. SZA, if every song you've ever done vanished right now, the music business wouldn't even miss you. I've been to countries you've never heard of. I know you're not that stupid, are you? Stadiums? That's not true. I think a lot of people would be sad that SZA's music was gone. A lot of people like SZA's music. A lot more than I do. I don't know what the fuck SZA's saying in her music, but I like it. What did SZA say? I'm trying to find where SZA kind of clapped back and was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Nicki kept telling SZA to draw her freckles back on. I don't know. Let me find this one where SZA's basically just like, girl, let me just go be successful. She said, I get bullied by millions of people online every day, then step my ass out on a packed stadium tour where people show me real love in real life. My parents are healthy, and I'm the most successful I've ever been. Get some fucking perspective and bark at the wall. SZA, it's true. Leave her out of it. She's happy. She's thriving. She's not trying to make any problems. How are you going to come for SZA? I don't know. But Nicki's funny, man. She's like Trump. It's like, there's something off there, but they're very funny people. It's because they're so damaged that they're kind of funny. But it's like, I wouldn't want to be caught up with them, I wouldn't want to be hanging out with Nicki. It's a little like, you're on top, girl. You're still on top. You're Nicki Minaj. Just don't go this weird route where you're picking on people who are basically your own age. Hey, Nicki, pick on someone who's not your own age for once, huh? Go pick on JoJo Siwa, Nicki. That's where we need you. Go bully JoJo Siwa. She went from being a lesbian to a trad wife. That's fine with my book, but go bully her. It's very easy. We're all doing it, Nicki. Come on. All right, the last thing I wanted to talk about, Gen Z, baby. I was the victim of a Gen Z stare. If you're watching YouTube, check it out. It's basically where they just do this to you. And then when they're in customer service positions, they're in customer-facing positions. They're not like, on the phone. It's, I have to talk to you. I'm sorry. God forbid I say, hi, how are you? What happened to hello? How are you? That's what I want to say to Gen Z every time but not all Gen Z. My fiance is Gen Z, but she's not that. It's not all. It's like not all millennials are a Disney adult cringe, but there is a bunch of Gen Z that are like this where there'll be a barista or they'll be at the register or something and you're just like, hi, how are you? And they're just, and it's like, great. So do you have this available? And they're just, yeah, I think that's great. Okay. Well, it's very much that, now I give them a little, leeway here because they did go to prom over Zoom. I mean, a lot of these kids or adults, not even kids anymore, they got fucked up socially because of COVID. Some of these people were in middle school, high school, major socializing events, major events in life where you should be learning how to socialize. They were cut off from the world and they were on Zoom and they were in, their living room trying to, be at prom. It's COVID fucked them up, I think. And you're seeing that now. And maybe they just, they just don't care. They don't care about the old traditional bullshit customer service thing that you need. It's, again, not all Gen Z, just the ones that are in customer-facing positions. It's crazy. But now Gen Z is afraid of sex. No. Is Sabrina Carpenter too sexy? A lot of criticism is coming from one particular demographic about the cover of her new album, Man's Best Friend, which is pretty tame. It's, it's not too bad. Gen Z's criticizing it. Is Gen Z too shy for sex? Gen Z is having less sex than previous generations, but why? Well, listen, they're not going out to clubs and bumping and grinding for 4 hours in business attire like millennials did at the club. So it's hard to get a one-night stand when you're not doing that shit, when you're not getting crunk. To, we fly, Nola, You notice ballin'. I remember that song. Jim Jones or some shit. Lil Wayne. Nothing from the Carter. Shit. 303. Hush, girl. Shut your lips. Do the Helen Keller and talk with your hips. You know, none of that. Mickey Avalon. My Dick. Like all these. I remember all these from like house parties and clubs. A little Justin Timberlake. My love. Yeah, they're not having, because they're not going out clubbing. Number one, they're not getting a lot of one-night stands action, probably. The clubs are dead. It's Gen Z standing around being like, what the fuck? This is cringe. They're a little, I'm not trying to generalize Gen Z, but a lot of them think like really fun things to do in your youth or just in life are cringe. And like when you live in a prison of not wanting to be cringe, you will never have fun or experience cool things. You've got to just let the fuck go. These people are going to wake up when they're 30, 35 years old and be like, oh my God, my whole 20s, I was worried about being cringe and I lost out on really cool things in life because I was too worried. I didn't have as much fun as I could have had when I was 21 and my body could bounce back from drinking all night and doing Adderall because I was worried about being too cringe. Now, I'm kind of glad that Gen Z doesn't drink as much. That's good for them. But now they're not banging, sucking, fucking. Oh, no. There are a lot of very legitimate reasons. This is an NPR article, by the way, so it's, you know, in that tone. There are a lot of very legitimate reasons why young people are afraid of sex right now, many having to do with recent massive political and cultural changes. That's interesting. Reproductive help. Nope. This is just not it. Oh, is this a whole... Oh, it's just a fucking, a 21-minute listen. Fuck you. I wanted to read an article like a goddamn fucking reader. You know, when it comes to like, would I rather watch a video or would I rather just read an article about what's said in the video? I would rather read it. I don't want to sit through your fucking video. Just tell me the words so I can read it and comprehend it. I'm on team. I'd rather read an article than watch a fucking 15-minute video about it. Because it's the same thing. Sometimes they'll put the video and they'll put the article below. And it's like, just give me the article. I read it at my own pace. You know, I don't want to have to listen to your fucking video. I don't know that Gen Z, this is just a stupid NPR analysis thing. It may not be real. Let's see. I'm sure Gen Z's blowing backs out. They seem a little bit more conservative. They seem a little bit less socialized. You know, they're like a feral cat. They seem a bit more like boomers. You know, where it's like Gen Z likes to like playfully make fun of millennials. And we can take it on the chin because, you know, everything else we've been attacked for in life. You know, everything has been an attack on millennials. And then when we give it back to them and go, well, you have this weird stare thing. They go, whoa, oh, so now I'm just a problem. You know, they're very boomer coded. But they are a bit more conservative. But is Gen Z having sex? Let's Google that. God, I hope I don't get on any list. Research indicates that Gen Z are experiencing a sex recession, a sexcession, if you will, meaning they're having less sex than previous generations. Delayed milestones. Here are the several factors that contribute to this. Delayed milestones. They're delaying traditional milestones like getting married, having children, even obtaining driver's licenses. That's interesting. We are not a walkable country, so that's fun. Social political climate. Some Gen Z individuals are choosing to abstain from sex due to concerns about the political and social landscape, including issues related to consent, relationships, and reproductive rights. You know what? If you're a straight Gen Z woman, yeah, it sucks. Guys are not the best. There's good guys out there, but damn, dating straight dudes? Ugh. No thanks. And this is a generation's going to be more conservative, so the guys are going to be more like they're, you know, like 1950s mindset. Ew. Some studies suggest that Gen Z is more focused on mental well-being and maybe prioritizing self-love and personal development, which can influence their approach to relationships and sex. That's interesting. Impact of technology. While social media might create an image of hypersexuality, some argue that excessive focus on online interactions and platforms may lead to a decline in real-life physical intimacy. Well, they don't know how to be social. How you gonna go up to a guy you want to blow when you're worried about being cringe? It's like a catch-22. How are you gonna do it? I'm sure there's a bunch of Gen Z out there fucking their brains out. But they do seem like an awkward bunch. I love them to death. I love Gen Z. I performed at a college in the Northeast, Rhode Island, I think it was. And, it was all college students. And I'm telling you, I swear on my life, the interactions with these college students, I'm telling you firsthand on the field. I'm telling you with my own experience. Not a single kid that came up to me, because afterwards I do a meet and greet, not one single kid that came up to me was not awkward as fuck. Now, I know that these are 18, 19, 20, 21, maybe 22-year-olds, okay? I understand. I just don't remember everyone around me being completely socially awkward when I was that age. I wasn't socially awkward. I know that there were socially awkward people that existed, obviously, but it wasn't like an overwhelming majority. And I'm telling you, every kid that came up to me, they were great. They were a great audience. They were so fucking weird. They wouldn't acknowledge me. And it's not because I wasn't offended by that, but it was just like, if I said, "Hey, how you doing?" They would just kind of look down, put up their phone, look at the phone, take the picture, and be like, and walk away. It was almost as if I was a hologram. It was almost as if they were online. It was like there was no need for them to say, "Hey, how you doing?" None of that. And again, I don't care. It's okay. I'm not offended by it. It was just very interesting to see every single group that came up at that meet and greet. Was the only thing they would say to me is, "Can we do a 0.5?" Which I thought was a drug term. No, 0.5 is just a zoom out on the selfie mode on the camera. 0.5 is just a perspective on your camera. That's all they would say to me. "Can we do a 0.5? Click, walk away. It's kind of nice. No talking. I'd prefer that to somebody that's going to chew my ear off for 5 minutes at a meet and greet. Tell me what they ate for dinner. These kids will come up. "Can we do a 0.5? Click, boom, gone. Okay, see ya. Interesting stuff. I'm not complaining about them. It's just, it is fun to see the difference in generations. I hope they're fucking, though. Gen Z, I believe in you. Have some babies, huh? Accidentals. You need a plan B night. It's a good experience for a young person. All right, that's our show. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you are happy that I'm back. I'm sure happy I'm back. Upcoming shows again. Tonight I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina at Good Nights. Later in this month I'm in Austin, Texas at Cap City. Kansas City, Missouri, the Comedy Club of Kansas City. Batavia, Illinois, I'm at the Comedy Vault. Sacramento, California, LA, I'm at the Comedy Store in LA. Sacramento Punchline. San Diego at the Yellow Door. Next month, I'm going to read the rest of the cities off here. Let me know if your city is coming up, all right? Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Arlington, Virginia, Eugene, Oregon, Seattle, Tacoma, Boca Raton, Florida, Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Kansas City again for a comedy festival, the Fountain City Comedy Festival, Cleveland, Columbus, Massillon, Ohio, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Richmond, Virginia, Mahomet, Illinois. I hope I'm saying that one right. Portland, Maine, and Appleton, Wisconsin. All tickets are on sale now at heathershawcomedy.com. I hope to see you out on the road. I always love saying hi to all of you people. You're very fun. And thank you so much for listening. Join the Patreon if you want an extra episode of this podcast every single week. Patreon.com/heathershawcomedy. And don't forget to rate and review. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much, Queefs. Ryan!